Hey guys, this is wersderf here, and it's Retro Tuesday, and I know last week's video I didn't really get it on Tuesday, I got it on Wednesday because I published and there was rendering issues and blah 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 blah. From now on, I think I'm going to try and get it on Tuesday because it's actually called Retro Tuesday, not Retro Wednesday. So I'm going to be doing this video today. I'm going to do it before I do anything else. No Xbox before I publish this video. So anyways, I last week I kind of touched on the like future of technology and everything. And today I would like to kind of talk about the social aspect of gaming. And I thought of this subject when I was listening to an old host migration podcast from 2 years ago. I would say, yeah, about two years ago this month. So, host migration, if you didn't know, was a old podcast that they stopped doing it. I don't know when they stopped doing it, but Hutch, C. Nanners, and Trump all talked for like an hour about video games, and it was called Host Migration. And it was back in Modern Warfare 2 days where that was a bad, where everyone was complaining about it, and of course everyone has different opinions about that game now. But just to give the perspective, that was when the Host Migration podcast started coming out. So about the subject for today, they started talking about how they're all about 20 and how gaming, how when they tell people that they play video games for a living, how people react and they kind of look at them awkward, and how video games aren't generally accepted. And I would actually like to go against this opinion because they thought that people kind of thought it was an awkward thing because they're in a different generation than me. I'm I'm like 10 years younger than they are now, and so I have different viewpoints. And I like to say that I kind of go against that view. If in 5 years I told someone that I play video games for a living, I think that they'll be okay with that, or they'll be like, "That's awesome! I wish I could do that," instead of having this job at an office. And what they were saying, Hutch seniors, the guys at Host Migration, what they were saying is that people didn't think that it's like a legitimate hobby. They kind of looked at it kind of like it's kind of like a nerdy thing to do. And Tabe was actually guest starring in it, and he was saying that I don't see the difference between sitting down on a couch and watching TV opposed to playing a video game and sitting down on the couch, because in the end you're still sitting down on the couch and doing something. And he didn't understand why people had such hard feelings towards video games. And for obvious reasons, if you play video games 10 hours a day and it gives you some it gives you anger management issues, then video games is a problem. But if you're really into them and you use video games in moderation, then it should be acceptable for to just talk about, or for that to be a hobby. And I'm not an adult, so I can't say that I'm 20, 28 and I play video games and people think that's okay. But I believe that my generation, in about 20 years, it'll we will influence all the other generations. That when in 20 years, my generation that has grown up with Xbox 360 and online video games, when we have these younger children and they're getting into whatever games they have now, uh, I think it's going to be more acceptable than when Hutch and the people at Host Migration were growing up. Like one of them brought up a valid point. They said that before it was sitting in your own room and playing their Super Nintendo and trying to beat this one level that's really hard. That was before, and now we have things like Xbox Live and PSN where we're connecting with people all around the world, and it's not just it's I think it's like beyond TV, according to socializing. You might not get all the same information as TV. So like if you sat down and watched the Discovery Channel, obviously you're going to learn a lot more about the world around you from watching Discovery Channel than playing a game of Call of Duty on the Xbox. But it's definitely a different thing than what it was before, and it shouldn't really be viewed the same way. That is video games in general. And yeah, I would just like put out the point there. It's kind of been a short video. I don't know what the gameplay is gonna be, but I'm gonna wrap this video up. Got no more points to add, so peace, love, and joy, guys, and happy Tuesday.
Blue team has the flag. Blue team has the flag. Game. Blue team score.